Once again, very good morning, my dear children. Children, in my previous lecture, I have explained you about the auxiliary verbs and its two different kinds. The first one, primary auxiliary, and the other one, modal auxiliary. In the primary group, I have also told you about its three parts. The first one is verbs to be form, the second one is verbs to have form, and the third verbs to do form. In the verbs to be form, I have also explained you about the use of is, am, are, was, were, that where we need to use is, am, are, or where we can use was, were. Once again, let me tell you, is, am, are we can use in present tense only, and was, were we can use in past tense, right? But right now, my dear children, in this lecture, I will teach you that in the structure, how we can use verbs to be form. In what kind of structure we can use verb to be form. Okay, let's see. Use of to be form of verbs in the various sentence structures. Right? Dear children, the first I am going to tell you about verbs to be. In this, we will discuss about is, am, are, was, and where. Right? Where we need to use all these is, am, are, was, where. Okay. And my dear children, the structure that I will give you for this, you need to practice a lot, because if you will practice, then you will learn. If you will not practice, you will forget it very easily. Okay? So my dear children, let's see the structure first. First of all, we need to use proper subject. Okay. We will use a proper subject first of all. Then after, we need to use the given auxiliary verb, which is in the group of verb to be, like is, am, are, was, were. After that, my dear children, we need to use object. Dear children, in this group, the object which we will use will be either noun or pronoun only. Noun or pronoun. Right? Let's see some examples. After that, it will help you to understand the given structure very properly. He is a boy. He is a boy. Okay. Dear children, he is a boy. In this structure, he is in the place of subject. In the place of an auxiliary verb, I have used is, and on the place of object, there is a noun, either maybe a pronoun. So, boy is placed over here. Okay. And a, the word a is proving that the boy is singular. So, we have used a singular auxiliary verb for this. Here, he is a boy, right? And now, my dear children, let me give you another example. Another example that I am going to give you will be also in the group I am a man. I am a man. Dear children, in this example you can see the subject is I, and just remember that what I had told you. I had told you in my previous lecture that when the subject will be I, we need to use only and only a single auxiliary verb which will be am. Okay? In place of am, if you like to use is, are, I cannot use. Okay? So we need to use am whenever we are talking about or whenever we are giving the subject I. Okay? Now let's see the other example. We are friends. We are friends. Dear children, in this example you can see that the subject is we. We means what? More than a person. We is indicating a group. In a group there must be more than a person. And if the subject is plural, I have already told you, if the subject will be plural, the auxiliary verb will be plural. And are is an auxiliary verb which is used with a plural subject. Right? So, over here, as we can see, in the first example, let me remind you once again, let me repeat it once again for you. In the first example, as we can see, he is a boy. In this example, my dear children, he is a subject which denotes a single person or a singular subject. That's why over here, the auxiliary verb that I have written over here is he, because the subject is single. In the second example, I am a man. The subject is still singular. But over here, I have told you that with I, if the subject will be I, the auxiliary verb in present tense will be am. According to this group of verb to be, right? And in the third example, we are friends. Over here, the word we is denoting that a group, and a group must consist more than a person. That's why the auxiliary verb that we have used over here is are. Okay? Now, let me give you the another structure. Okay? The another structure. Now we will talk about the interrogative sentences. Okay, let's see. Or you can say the WH group. First of all, we need to use WH words. In the WH words, my dear student, don't be confused. You can use what, where, who. Okay, all these kinds of words can be used over here. So first of all, we need to use WH words. After that, we will use the same to be group. My dear student, let me tell you one thing over here. In place of writing the complete is, am, are, was, were, you can also write verbs to be form. Okay. But over here, for your convenience, I am writing a complete group. Is, am, are, was, were. Okay. My dear children, is, am, are, was, were. You can also separate all these auxiliary verbs with the help of comma. Okay. Was, were. Then after we need to add subject. In the last we will add subject, and after that we need to add, just remember what I have told you in my previous videos, that in the interrogative sentence where the last, after the last word of interrogative sentence, we need to use a sign of interrogation. Okay. Sign of interrogation, my dear student, basically shows that the sentence is based on question. Okay, it means that somebody is asking question. Okay, the structure is WH words, then the group of auxiliary verbs like is, am, are, was, were, and then the subject. Okay, now let's see the example. But before the example, let me tell you one thing once again. You need not to confuse about WH words. WH words means that WH word means that you can use what, who, where, all these kinds of words. Okay, let's see the example first of all. You know what, student? Example helps us to understand the given structure or the given explanation very clearly. Okay, that's why you will see that all the books gives a lot of examples after every explanation or after every theorem or after every structures. Okay, let's see the example over here. What is that? What is that? The first example. You can also write who are you? We have used these kind of sentences most of the times, right? Who are you? You already know what does it mean. You can also write what was your father? What was your father? Right? It means WH group. I am using the WH group in the past tense as well with the help of was. Now the next sentence, let me tell you. What, or yeah, you can write it. What are apples today? What are apples today? Right? My dear student, let me tell you over here. The last example that I have given to you, what are apples today? Over here, basically, the person who is asking the question wants to know the price of apple for today. Okay? In the last example, let me describe it for you very easily. What are apples today means that the person wants to know the price. Okay, wants to know the price for today. That's why he's asking, what are apples today? Over. Okay, now my dear children, let me give you the another structure. And the third structure, you can say subject, then after the same auxiliary verb like is, am, are, was, and where. Okay, then after you need to add an adjective. Okay, now let's see. Dear children, this kind of example you need to practice at your home, and this time you must be free at your home. So if you practice all these examples, it will definitely help you a lot, and definitely it must be very much enjoyable for you. Okay, so practice it. Okay, now let's see the example. It was dark. It was dark. How it was? If some word, you know what, student? Let me tell you. The word that can answer how, that will be an adjective in the sentence. Okay. The word that can answer the question how, that will be an adjective in the sentence. In the sentence, that was dark. How it was? If you will ask the question, how it was, the answer will be dark. So dear children, the dark is an adjective in the sentence. Okay. Later on, I will give you the trick to identify that how we can identify a noun or verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection, all parts of a speech you can identify in a sentence very easily. We will discuss it later. Okay, but first of all, let me give you another example. I'm happy. I am happy. How am I? I am happy. Okay, let's see the third example. Sita is beautiful. Sita is beautiful. How is Sita? Sita is beautiful. Okay, so dear students, over here, the three examples that I have given to you, all the examples is based on the given structure, that subject, then auxiliary verbs, and then the selected adjectives. Okay, now let's see the fourth example, a structure for you. Not the example, fourth, a structure for you. Okay, the structure is subject, then after once again the same auxiliary verbs is, am, are, was, and were. Right? After that, my dear children, you need to add preposition. Preposition. After that, you need to add an adjective and adjective, or in place of adjective, my dear student, you can also use possessive pronoun. Possessive pronoun. I think, my dear students, you all the students have already completed your parts of a speech chapter, right? Because the parts of the speech chapter is one of the most important or one of the most basic chapter of English grammar. If you are not aware with the parts of a speech, you will definitely feel lack at the every step of English. So if you are still unaware with the parts of a speech, you need to work hard. You need to go through the parts of a speech, because if you are not concerned about preposition, adjective, pronoun, it will be definitely going to be tough for you. Okay, that's why I'm telling you that still if you don't know the parts of a speech properly, first of all, try to learn the parts of a speech. Try to come from the basics and then after you will see that all these things will be very much easier for you. Okay, don't worry, everything can be possible if you work hard. Okay, let's see the example. First of all, let me describe the structure for you. In this structure, dear student, subject, then after already used auxiliary verb like is, am, are, was, were. Then you need to put a correct preposition, and then you can use adjective or possessive pronoun as well. Okay, let's see the example. Sita is in good health now. It means what? Sita is in good health now. It means what? Sita is fine. Right now, Sita is fine. Okay, let's see the other example. Everything is in good condition. Good. Everything is in good condition. Okay. So, dear children, let's see another example. We are all fully tired. Okay, it means these three examples, my dear children. Sita is in good health, everything is good condition, and we are all fully tired, belongs to the structure that I have given to you. Okay, now do you